Hi Pisces, hi gang Neptune. This is going to be your mid-August reading. It is good for the sun, rising moon, or Venus sign of Pisces. As always, keep in mind this is a general reading. It's not a personal reading. There are 8 billion people on the planet. It might not resonate with everyone that watches. Check your rising moon or Venus sign if this doesn't resonate. You could find messages there instead, or just try back next week. If you would like a message to resonate just for you 100%, book a private reading with me. I love reading for your sign, Pisces. The link to my website to schedule is in the description below. Although, as many of you know, I am moving this week. I'm full up for the week. I had limited availability this week, but the end of August is wide open. If you are new to my channel, welcome, subscribe, hit the bell, get into the Soma Chandra squad. And when you hit the bell, you know when I read for your sign. All right, let's get into it. You guys, I was in the process of dropping these cards so you could see me do that. And then one of my children burst into the room because the internet went down. And of course, that means the sky is falling. If you have kids, you understand that. So I had to stop. So I just dropped the rest of the cards and I'm just going to go through them with you. It'll be quicker that way, anyways. I think you guys are going in a good direction. I think you're at a little bit of a standstill right now. And there's something that I think you need to gain your confidence in a situation, know your own self worth, and gather yourself for a minute and make a plan to move forward. Your advice moving into the middle of August from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck, the first card that came out is the Blade. Now, I noticed the Ace of Swords here as well, and they're both pointed down. One is about having a new start and operating with clarity, but I find it interesting that we've got a blade here twice. The blade is about needing to cut something out in your life and needing to be, fair about it and honest about it, but letting go and cutting something out that no longer serves you. I think that you guys need to do that, but when the blade comes in reverse, your guides are saying to you, watch your words, be careful how you stop some things so that you can start others. They're saying there's no need to fight. There's no need for harsh words. Put the gun down, put the sword down. You don't have to win at all costs, but you do need to cut something out so you can move forward. Instead, try to come up with a good strategy and solution. But something does need to be cut out, Pisces, or someone might cut you off in some way. Watch for harsh words from others, from yourself. Try to be constructive. I can also see that you guys are at a little bit of a standstill. I love the standstill. It's one of my favorite messages. When things are at a standstill, there's usually a reason. It feels frustrating, but it gives you a moment to stand still, Pisces, because life will eventually speed up. And when things are at a standstill, you can meditate, contemplate, think about your next move, because when things are slow and at a standstill, it gives you the opportunity to see details that you would have otherwise missed. So if you're feeling frustrated and you're feeling like things are at a standstill, it might be to give you a chance to cool off or someone else to cool off in a situation so that you can think about a better way to communicate and cut something out so you can move on. So maybe something's been cut off and you're at a standstill right now. I can see that you're meant to make a sacrifice in some way and go on a new vision quest. But these two cards are in the reverse. I always look at the bottom of the deck. It's part of the reading for me. There is something that you need to give away. There is a sacrifice that needs to be made, and you seem to be struggling with this. That might be why you're at a standstill right now, to help you figure out what sacrifices you can make and what sacrifices you're not willing to make and why. If you're having a hard time letting something go, ask yourself why and what it is that you need to let go of. Because when you do, we get this butterfly and that brings transformation. So some of you are having a hard time with transformation. Maybe you feel the need to stall. Maybe someone's stalling you. Somebody won't give something up, and that might be pissing you off. So think about what it is you need to let go of and ask yourself why you're having a hard time with it, because you're meant to be going on a new quest. The vision quest comes out when we can feel where our heart chakra is leading us and we can hear our intuition and trust it and move forward. I think moving into the end of August, you guys aren't entirely sure where you're going. Your vision is a little clouded. That happens to all of us. We are going through the Lionsgate portal. It is Leo season. A lot of times we have to face things with strength and be the gentling influence. And when we have to deal with such strong emotions and go through things that take strength of character, our judgment and our vision can get clouded. Just allow for the standstill. It will give you time to figure out what you can let go of, what you need to let go of to make way for clear vision moving forward. Some of you need to get your vision checked. Let's look at your Celtic cross. I did do it like a Celtic cross. I did look at the environment so you can figure out what's going on with an energy around you. You can apply this to any part of your life. That's the beauty of the Celtic cross. In the center of it all for you guys, Pisces, is the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is about knowing your own self-worth and working on freedom and independence, financial independence, self-sufficiency, and getting towards a place of luxury in particular. But when the Nine of Pentacles comes in reverse, it's where we might overinvest in something or not invest enough in ourselves. Do not get hustled. Don't hustle anybody else. Sometimes the Nine of Pentacles comes out when you're dealing with a person who wants reward with no work, who will not give you freedom. You might be dealing with an energy that's somewhat shallow to some degree. I think you guys will be in the middle of August working on knowing your own self-worth and trying to get into situations where you are more self-sufficient and independent. You might not be entirely free enough in a situation where you can get this Nine of Pentacles feeling, which is bougie, self-sufficient, total independence, and luxury, okay? Just keep working at it. I think the problem might be, in order to gain that, you're going to have to work through some change. The Five of Wands in reverse suggests some tension release needs to happen. You might have a lot of inner conflict with a person or in regards to a person or a situation or life right now. And you or someone around you might be being conflict avoidant. The Five of Wands is where we really give something a go. But they are not fighting with swords. It's just ideas. So there could be some disagreements, some tension. You could be in a group dynamic where there's a lot of conflicting opinions and a lot of push and pull and a battle of wills. The challenge might be you might be having a hard time gaining this independence and are at a little bit of a standstill because you or someone around you might be somewhat conflict avoidant. We always have to have a five in the upright and make an investment for change to happen. Yes, the fives are associated with conflict and loss, but always change with the five. So maybe you're just hesitating a little bit. What's driving you is the Two of Cups to the Sun in reverse. Here's that Leo energy. So this is kind of a loaded card combination. The Two of Cups is what's driving you. This is a unification. It's often about love. It's about a partnership, a mutual attraction, a heart-to-heart conversation, a strong connection with another person, or you look yourself in the mirror and you feel good about what you see. I think that you are wanting to have a good connection with yourself and someone else in the middle of August. But I also think that the sun might be setting on some other things, Pisces, or perhaps you are operating at a little bit of a false impression. The sun is always a good card. It's the most positive card in the deck, even in the reverse. I love it in this deck. It's very beautiful. So watch for your ego getting in the way. Do not be overly optimistic. Do not be pessimistic. Okay, don't operate under a false impression. You might feel a strong connection in a situation right away. Make sure you get all the facts. But it's also possible that you're having some healing energy come in while the sun is setting on something else as well. Yeah, definitely. As the sun goes down, though, the shadows get really long. So you might examine your shadow sides and the shadow sides of other people into the end of August as well. This also just told me a time frame. Towards the end of August, you might feel a little bit more unity within yourself or another person or a situation. Yeah, end of August, I just heard. Recent past, it's really important to see that's affecting the present moment. Six of Swords, Seven of Wands, and the Emperor in reverse. I think very recently, Pisces, you really stood your ground in a situation and you were not afraid of challenges and obstacles. You felt the need to get out of a situation. I like it in this deck. Usually it's a person defending themselves, caught very off guard. This person is hopping from pole to pole to pole in a lagoon, it would seem, during the sunset, defending themselves and challenging themselves. I'm seeing two cards that indicate moving away from something and moving on. So Six of Swords is about a rite of passage and making a transition, moving away from the Five of Swords energy, which is fighting to the death and working through something really difficult where you had to win at all costs. I think recently you made a transition of some kind. You made a change. you released that baggage, and it helped you get to a place where you could defend yourself a little bit better and face obstacles and challenges and protect yourself and persevere. But here it looks like more of almost like an escape, moving away from something that I think you felt wasn't good for you. I think it was a situation with this emperor, whoever the emperor is, the emperor in reverse. This could have been an Aries or a Leo. The emperor is sometimes a married man, a husband, a father, a boss, someone with a lot of authority. I think you were in a situation where you felt the need to challenge someone else's rules and authority over you. I think you had to move away from a situation where you realized, I feel a little powerless in this situation and I cannot control anyone but myself. So I just need to move away from it so I can protect myself a little better. I just see that right now you're still working on regaining a sense of independence, and you might be struggling to get back in there and work through something with a person. I think the idea of having a good heart to heart to get more clarity might help. That might come at the end of the month. What you're thinking about all the time, Queen of Swords and King of Swords. I love it in this deck, you guys. When you line up the whole suit, it forms a picture from the ace to the king. So you could be dealing with some air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Perhaps you have that in your chart. These could be people that you turn to for a solution. These people might exert a lot of control, but this is your advice from Spirit. These could be people in your life, or you could be exhibiting these traits. Spirit is telling you to exhibit these traits. This Queen of Swords slayed the beast while Daddy's at home protecting the babies. I love this. So I kind of get the sense that you guys feel the need to protect yourselves in the middle of this month. You might feel somewhat under attack. And your guides are saying to you, come up with a good solution and a good strategy. You definitely need to stay in your head. Watch for being overly influenced by your emotions or other people around you trying to take your power away. Okay, the Queen and King of Swords both have very high standards. They're very independent people. The Queen of Swords has very clear boundaries and directly communicates. It's a person we go to for a solution, and she sets up the clear boundaries. Have an independent mind and have unbiased judgment. You are absolutely capable of using the sword of discernment and slaying and protecting yourself from whatever this wild, awful goose is. And I think the King of Swords is showing up to say to you, have high standards, come up with a good strategy. You're the smartest person in the room right now, and don't you doubt it for a minute. Have mental clarity, stick to the truth, stick to your power, cut through to the truth with honesty, with clarity. You're going to have to use your brain this month. And this might be not, how can I put this? Of course, I'm not saying that Pisces aren't intelligent. I happen to know that you're highly creative, incredibly intelligent people, but you're very emotional people. I think your guides are saying you're going to have to stay in your head for this one and really protect yourself and come up with good strategies and good solutions moving forward. Yeah, I very rarely see a king and queen together. These could be people around you, though, as well. Your actions, the Lovers to the Knight of Swords. And also, I think you guys are feeling a very strong intellectual connection to another person, possibly. Some of you might be having really good conversations with someone. You might be connecting to a person end of August that you feel a strong intellectual tie to. I think you're also feeling a very strong emotional tie. The Lovers to the Knight of Swords is go for the connections where you feel love, where you feel harmony, where you feel value alignment, and don't be afraid to go out on a limb and take a risk. Some of you are dealing with a Gemini. Of course, not all of you, though. The Knight of Swords will seize the moment. He's very brave. He's very direct. Sometimes he feels a little out of his league, but he does not care, and he has tunnel vision. He will go racing towards something. It's carpe diem. You'll take the lead in a situation. I think you're really going to go for something that you feel a very strong connection to. This is probably a romantic connection, maybe even a physical one as well, but it can be a job or a place to live or something like that. Sometimes the Knight of Swords is a young person as well, but I see you seizing the moment here and not being afraid to take a risk because you feel a very strong connection to a person or a situation. The Lovers always reminds us that we have choices too, but it does mean love, harmony, relationships, and value alignment. I see you rushing towards it, but I don't see you rushing into something too quickly. Otherwise, the Lovers would have been in reverse. And I think you're trying to be smart about it. The way you see yourself is also pretty badass. The Magician and the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you might be dealing with a Virgo or an Aries, or you have that in your chart. The Magician is saying, I have a plan. I have to be calculated. I have to be resourceful. I am the jack of all trades. Nobody's going to do this for me. I must be the single catalyst for change in this situation, and I must be calculated. And in order to execute a plan and be powerful and resourceful and use my own personal power in my own life, I might have to let go of something that I was holding on to before. The Four of Pentacles is where we're kind of a miser. We hold on, we hold back. We want control. We take a very conservative approach to the point where we restrict our heart chakra. So some of you are realizing, in order to be the single catalyst for change in my life in the middle of August, there might be some things that I have to let go of that I was holding on to. I have to shed the old. I might lose something that was important to me. Here's the sacrifice. But I think the way you're seeing yourself as a person that's very capable of manifesting change, as long as you can let go of something you were holding on to previously. Because he does not look happy. I always think the person on the Four of Pentacles looks constipated. Watch for overspending and money. Also, conversely, the Four of Pentacles in reverse can be a card of extreme self-protection. If that's what you have to do to manifest change and protect your heart a little bit, to get to these situations of the Lovers where you can take a risk and you can go diving in and you do feel value alignment and you do get that clarity that you know you need. You might have a heart-to-heart conversation with someone about a situation that you don't have a lot of clarity on, that you are hoping for the best. I don't think you want to be pessimistic in a situation. I do think you need to cut something out though. The energy around you, this could be a friend, family member, boss, coworker. This person sees themselves as the Four of Wands in this relationship. They do want stability with you. This person might have recently moved or you live with them. This person might have a very beautiful garden, like a trellis or something in their yard. This person sees themselves as stable. They see themselves as wanting celebration, joy, harmony. They just want to relax. They might have just moved. They might have been in some kind of a transition, but now they see themselves as having stability and harmony in their life. They may want some kind of a homecoming with you. Again, I can't help but feel like this person might have a very beautiful, stable life, or they think they do. They just want stability right where they are, and they just want to relax. The way they feel about you, the Page of Wands, this could be a child, but it does not have to be. This person is very free-spirited. They're looking for limitless potential. They want inspiration. They want to discover more. They're excited. They're passionate. The Page of Wands is not ready to be tied down. It's exploring something. Pages deliver and receive information. A page in the upright is always good news. I think this person's excited. I think they want to talk to you. But their action towards you, they're still trying to figure some stuff out. Two of Pentacles. This person might be kind of like, oh, what do I do? This person might appear to be very busy. They might appear to ignore emotion a little bit because they're not entirely sure what to do in a situation moving forward. This might also have to do with money or pentacles. Some of them are thinking about moving or relocating. You might be as well. This could be your response to the environment too, as well, Pisces. And you're like, I'm not sure where I'm going to get the stability. I want the limitless potential. I don't know if I'm ready to be settled into this. This person might want to move away from a settled foundation, or you might want to, but you're not quite sure what to do. Or if this is a person around you, they're still kind of, the Two of Pentacles is sort of where we weigh our odds. Well, if I do it this way, this will happen. If I do it this way, this will happen. It's also possible that this person is juggling a lot in their lives. If it's a relationship, they might be dating more than one person, or they have a lot going on. They seem to be somewhat interested in investing in you, but they're not showing me a strong level of commitment at this point. They're not showing me something bad either. Yeah. How you're feeling? Ace of Swords. Well, you really want to break through. I think in the middle of the month, you are going to feel like you have a lot of mental clarity. This King and Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords and the Lovers and the Ace of Swords is clarity. You want the truth. You want to break through. You want success. You're waiting for that aha moment. I have two aces here. excuse me, 2 aces. You're ending on an Ace of Cups and an Ace of Swords. So you're ready to start new cycles in your life. You feel like you're making a smart choice. You're hoping, the hope is that you're making the smart choice, that you'll have the breakthrough, that you'll have the aha moment and the clarity. And I definitely can see that you want to start new cycles in your life that are compassionate, filled with love and creativity. For a lot of you, this is a new relationship of some kind that makes you feel good. Even if it's with yourself, this looks good. But here you are, Pisces, the High Priestess in reverse. That's you. This is Pisces or Libra. Some of you are having a hard time hearing your intuition. The High Priestess in reverse is a person that withdraws into silence and seeks solitude. There might be someone around you. You could be dealing with another Pisces or even a Libra, possibly that you want to start something with them or they want to start something with you, but you might just be struggling to hear your intuition. You might really need to seek some solitude and have some alone time. The High Priestess kind of ghosts a little bit. She can't hear the inner calling. She's having a hard time trusting her own counsel on a situation. So she goes off alone to spend some time alone. So make it clear to those around you if you're having a hard time hearing your intuition. And if you have a family or something and kids, you can just say, look, mom needs some time by herself. Okay? I need some alone time. I need to listen to my intuition. The High Priestess in reverse in a negative way, and I will only offer this up because you might be dealing with a person like this. Sometimes the High Priestess in reverse is promiscuous or is someone that we chase insatiably because we can't catch them. So don't play games with anybody. And don't let anybody play games with you. If you're having a hard time listening to your intuition, trust your heart, trust your mind, and be smart about it. At the bottom of the deck, I do have a King of Cups. That could be you, Pisces. You could have a water sign around you, or this is you. Very loving, very mature, very compassionate, emotionally balanced energy within you or around you. I see Temperance here in reverse. Someone might be running hot and cold in a situation and moving into the middle of August and end of August. You could be dealing with a Sag. You or a person around you might have a hard time. If someone drinks, they might drink too much. Watch for that. I see a lot of emotional balance within you or around you, but either you or someone might be running hot and cold and having a hard time determining the purpose. Watch for excessiveness, in particular with any indulgences, food, alcohol, too much of something. The King of Cups can be a very indulgent person. Yeah, and here's the Three of Wands in reverse to the Six of Pentacles. I think you need something to balance out before you can move forward and plan for the future. I see that you want to. I see you releasing worry. A happy, stable ending is coming. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Pisces, that's your reading for the middle of August. I hope it resonates with you, and I do hope it helps you. Book a private reading with me if you want to work with me personally, because I'm always here to listen to the universe for you, Pisces. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.